It's a wet Monday morning here on site, and what the heck am I doing in wet weather gears? One of the worst days I have ever had on a building site, including my apprenticeship. I started setting the house out this week, and man, it is doing my head in. It is by far the hardest set out I have ever had to do. I actually had to build it twice because the first time I built it too short. Everything right from the start went wrong. I hired compactor and then went to pull it to start, and the starter cord was broken. We went to start the steel last night and realised that they had sent all the wrong steel. On the build I'm on right now, it feels like it's constantly being 2 steps forward and then 1 step back. Success, what people think it looks like. What it actually looks like. This picture here sums up what this job has felt like, building this house on the section that nobody wanted. When we owned the restaurant, when I was a store manager at Macca's, when I ran the housing company, my experience is that things don't go to plan. What I have learned over the years is to adjust how I react to things going wrong. I'm definitely not perfect, but here's 4 things that I do that help me deal with things not going to plan. So if you haven't already, go ahead and click subscribe, hit that notification bell, and we'll get right into it. The first thing is to stop and take a breath. I'm not talking about like stopping and meditating in the middle of the building site or the office. I'm talking about just stopping, and before you turn the car on, before you open the door, before you go to speak, just take 1 breath. Just got a phone call to say the steel beam for our garage is ready. We'll chuck that on the trailer, take it down to site and put it in. The next tip is to stand back and get some perspective. When you're looking at something this close up, you'll never be able to get perspective, and so you've got to momentarily take some time out, stand back, look at where you've come from, look at where you're going, and work out the very next thing to do. Again, if you're this close up, you can end up going around in circles and not seeing that you're going around in circles. So stand back, take some perspective. Safety first. We could probably lift this beam if we really tried. I mean, it's only 150 kgs. But the truck was coming past and ITM was more than willing to help. Cheers ITM, really appreciate it. It's in. Its steel beam is in. That literally took less than 5 minutes and would have taken us so much longer if we were trying to manhandle it ourselves. Thanks again ITM. Cheers. write it down. The next thing I like to do when I've taken a breath, when I've got some perspective, I write it down. You know, get your thoughts out of your head and down on paper. That's also another way to get perspective on whatever it is you're going through, whatever you're thinking about, whatever's in your mind overwhelming you. When it's on paper, it's something you can now see and deal with. And number 4, the last thing, is when things aren't going to plan or what you're expecting, it's real easy to get stressed out, it's real easy to get frustrated, but one of the easiest things you can do is readjust your expectations. If you expect it to go perfect, then you're setting yourself up for failure, but if you expect that things are going to go wrong and then there's going to be curveballs, and then when they come you're like, oh, I was wondering when this was going to happen, you deal with it and then you enjoy it. You enjoy the process way more as well. New build progress is going awesome. Got the steel beam in today, as well as heaps of other little things on site.